Hello everyone. Today we are just going to see the nested if function. So the mean of the nested if function is it is basically the combination of multiple if. So if you are using the multiple if, so that will known as a nested if. This nested if not a direct function in the Excel which you can write directly over here and you will get it. No, the multiple if combination is known as a nested if. So nested if function we can utilize in such a case where you have the same desired output on the multiple conditions or you have the different desired output on multiple conditions. So the case one I'm just talking about where we have multiple conditions and we have same desired output. In this case, you can use this nested if function, or the second case, if I talk about where we have multiple conditions and we have different desired output for each conditions. So on this place, we can also use this nested if function. So now let's take an example for this case one. So for an example, I have just given you this data set where you are able to see the productivity for each country and quantity, rate, and amount. Now in this F column, we have to calculate this final received amount. But to calculate this final received amount, I have given you these two conditions. My first condition is if the amount which is written into this E column is greater or equals to 25,000, on those amount, I need to give the 10% discount. My second condition is if in the A column, the product is gold, then also on that amount, I need to give the 10% discount. So it means if any customer want to avail the 10% discount, then customer has the two choice. The first is customer can purchase any product and the cost of that product should be greater or equals to 25,000. Or the second choice is if customer do not want to spend the amount greater or equals to 25,000 but want to avail this 10% discount, then customer should buy the gold product. So it means for the gold, if your amount is greater or equals to 25,000 or less or equals to 25,000, it is going to give the discount. But for the other product, to avail this 10% discount, your amount should be greater or equals to 25,000. So it means either my first condition will be meet or my second condition will be meet. So in that case, I need to give the 10% discount. But if any of these condition is not matching, it means the product is not gold and amount is not greater or equals to 25,000. So in that case, I will not give any discount. The same amount which we have in E column will populate in F column. So let's see how you are going to achieve this one. So here I will put this if condition. Now it says logical test. So I have two conditions over here and now the logical test is nothing but your condition. So I'm just gonna put the first condition over here that if this amount is greater or equals to 25,000. So in this case, what we have to do is, in this case, we have to give the 10% discount. So here on this amount, I have given this 10% discount. Now it says value if false. It means the amount which is written on this E2 cell is less than 25,000 then Then I will check my second condition, then customer purchase this gold or not. So here I will put my second condition that if this is gold, then I need to give the 10% discount. Now it says if your second condition is not matching, then so in this case, if my first condition is not matching and my second condition is also not matching, then I will not give the discount. I will simply take this amount. So now you can see here I have used the if inside the if, right? The two if I have used. So this is the combination of multiple if, which is known as a nested if. So if your first condition will fail, then only it will go for the next if. If your second condition will fail in this case, so it will go on this value if false. So now if I press the enter, so you can see I'm getting this 900 as a final received amount. If you observe, the amount is not greater or equals to 25,000, but what you have purchased this gold. So that's why on this 1000, you are getting this amount as a 900. If you will drag this formula towards the downside, so here you are able to see where you are getting the discount. So for an example, if you observe this row number 4 and 5. So for these two, you can see neither your amounts are matching nor the product is gold. So that's why you are not able to see any discount for these two line items. So this is one of the case of nested if where you have two conditions over here, and on the basis of two conditions, you have the single desired output. Either my first condition will meet or my second condition will meet. So I have to give only the 10% discount. So this is my first case. So we have gone through this first case. Now let's talk about this case 2, where we have multiple conditions and we have the different desired output. So now, for an example, you have the name and you have the score, and now you have to populate the grade in C column. To populate the grade in C column, I have given you these conditions. If any score is greater or equals to 90, then the A grade should populate. If any score is between the 80 and 90, it means greater or equals to 80 but less than 89 or equals to 89. So in that case, the B grade should populate. Then for the C grade, then D grade, and if your score is less than 60, so in this case, we have to print as a F grade. So if you observe, we have the multiple conditions over here on the basis of a score and the grade which we have to populate. So these are also the different one. So on the basis of multiple conditions, we have a different desired output. It means for the different scores range, we have to print the different grade over here. So how you will achieve this one? So here, this we are going to achieve by using the nested if. So if I write that if and the first condition I'm just gonna take for this score greater or equals to 90. So if this score is greater or equals to 90, then we have to print as A grade. So A I have written in double quotes, which I have already explained in my previous sessions, that if you'll write any manual text within the function in the Excel, so you have to write into double quotes. Now it says if your first condition is not matching, then we have to put the second condition. So now we will just go for the second condition, that if this score is greater or equals to 80, then we have to print the B grade. Then the third condition, if this score is greater or equals to 70, then greater or equals to 70, then we have to print the C grade. Now the next condition, if this score is greater or equals to 60, then we have to print the D grade. But now if any score is less than 60, then so it will go into this else condition. So else F grade, and simply close this parenthesis. And now if I'll press the enter, so you can see for the 63, it has given me this score, this grade, D grade. If I will drag this formula towards the downside, I am able to see the grade for each and every score. If you observe carefully, automatically it has taken this range. Which range? I have given this 90, and second, if I have just given this 80, so automatically it is detected that if any score is greater or equals to 80 but less than 90, that will be considered into B grade. So in this case, we have the multiple conditions over here, and on each and every condition, I just need to demonstrate the different output. So in this case, only the nested if function is going to help you. So nested if function we can use for the multiple cases where we have the multiple conditions and we have the same desired output, or where we have the multiple conditions and we have the different desired output for each and every conditions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any query or any doubt, please post into the comment box. Thank you so much.